I don't see Cheryl.
I'll text her now, Jean, just to make sure she's not having problems.
Okay, thank you.
How are you feeling, Jean?
I'm feeling great. Thank you.
You
for
are?
asking.
You
Yeah.
look great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't really like what's going to happen today.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Pardon?
Don't make me cry before the meeting now.
Okay. All right. It's good. It's all good, but
It is all good.
it's all good.
Yeah.
All good things, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll save it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jean's gonna love what's happening Monday morning, getting a cup of coffee and fuzzy slippers and not caring.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't matter what the weather is.
Well, I'll always care.
Mike, do you have fuzzy slippers, Mike?
3 pair.
Okay.
I,
Hi, everybody. I got lost in space there.
we found you.
Well, you
All
missed
right.
fuzzy slippers conversation, that's
Yeah.
all.
Okay. All right.
We know that
Well-
Mike's got 3 pair.
Since we are live on YouTube, calling to order the Cuyahoga County Council regular meeting for Tuesday, October the 27th, 2020. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Calling the roll, Mr. Jones,
Here.
Ms. Brown,
Here.
Ms. Stevens. Ms. Stevens is absent at the moment. Ms. Simon,
Here.
Ms. Baker,
Here.
Mr. Miller,
Here.
Mr. Tuma,
Here.
Mr. Gallagher,
Here.
Mr. Schron,
Here.
Ms. Conwell,
Present.
and Council President Brady.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, is there any public comment?
Mr. President, yes, Ms. Lou had submitted public comment via email and you were all on that distribution list. I have saved it with the meeting file.
Thank you very much. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes as printed on the agenda for October the 8th Committee of the Whole, October the 13th Committee of the Whole, and October the 13th regular meeting?
I so move. Miller.
Second.
All right, moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the minutes have been approved. Is there a message from the county executive today?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. Am I off mute, by the way? I can't always tell.
Yes,
Okay,
you
good.
are.
All right, welcome.
Thank you. We've got two major things going on right now. Both are setting records, one good and one bad. The good is voting. People are voting in droves, in person and through the mail. Lots of people are voting. For a general election like this, I'd normally expect maybe about 600,000 votes to be cast. Right now, I guess that this year we'll see at least 650,000 and probably more. And so far, it's going real well. The lines at the Board of Elections are long, but things are well organized and the lines are moving. I put my ballot in the 30th Street drop box last night at about 5:30, and it took about a total of 3 minutes. I do have one significant concern, though. Boards of elections around the state received a records request asking things like how and where the board stores ballots after the polls close, where ballots are sent after the polls close, who transports ballots, and what security is used when they're transported. There could be lots of reasons for requests like this, but at a minimum, it could signal that we're going to be in for weeks of lawsuits after the election. While the election is the good news, the bad news is the virus. Numbers are exploding in the country, in the state, and in the county. I have a strong suspicion that we will be purple before the week's out. I've spoken with hospital leadership, and they've assured me that they're ready and have sufficient capacity. But please remind everyone that you see that this is far, far from over, and that they should wear a mask, wash their hands, use sanitizer, and always social distance. Especially with the holidays coming up, we want everyone to be safe. I just have one other thing to say. I know Jean's going to be leaving, and I know people will have something to say, but I also want to add that this is Ruth Gillette's retiring this week. She's been 30 years a public servant. She grew the Cleveland Cuyahoga County Office of Homeless Services to what it is now, which is really known as one of the best, at least best in the state. And I know that everyone wants to wish her the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Executive. We appreciate that information. Legislation introduced by council. Committee report and consideration of a resolution of council for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The rules have been suspended.
Resolution number 2020-0216, authorizing an amendment to that certain casino revenue fund loan agreement in the amount of $4 million by and between City of Euclid as borrower and County of Cuyahoga, Ohio as lender, dated September 10, 2018, as authorized by resolution number 2015-0171, dated November 10, 2015, which amendment reduces the interest rate of said loan.
Move to adopt. Simon,
Second, Brady.
thank you. I can address this unless the chair of the committee would like to do that.
No, Councilman, I ask that you please do that. And I thank
Thank
you all
you.
for filling in for me over the time I was away.
Thank you. Council, this is a legislation simply allows the county to forgive interest on the remaining part of the principal loan. We extended from casino revenue dollars for their lakefront project, and the money saved Euclid will be able to put back into the lakefront project to get into the next phase. And it's beautiful, and it's I think valuable to the county as well as to Euclid. And just so the colleagues know, the principal will be repaid. It's just interest, and some of the interest has already been paid to date. So I recommend passage and support.
Thank you, Councilwoman Simon. Any other questions about this or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor Aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of a resolution of council for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2020-0209, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County non-bargaining classification plan.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Thank you, Council President. This was heard in the Human Resource Appointment and Equity Committee meeting. There were six revisions, no impact to the budget, so I respectfully request my colleagues' support.
You, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of an ordinance of council for first reading adoption under suspension of rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
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 All opposed? The ayes have it. The rules have been suspended.
Ordinance number 2020-0018, amending section 208.01 of the Cuyahoga County Code to provide for the appointment of the Cuyahoga County Citizens Advisory Council on Equity.
Move to adopt.
Second, Miller.
Thank you, Councilman Miller, for that second. Council President, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. McAleer so he can just give us a brief overview of the amendment we are requesting.
Thank you. Mr. McAleer.
Good afternoon, council members. Trevor McAleer, County Council staff. Before you today is legislation that clarifies the terms of the board members on the Cuyahoga County Citizens Advisory Council on Equity. When this council was originally created, the intent would be that they would meet once a year, every 5 years. However, as the duties and responsibilities of this council continue to grow, particularly with the legislation declaring racism as a public health crisis, it was clear that this should be an ongoing permanent committee. This legislation allows for staggered 3-year terms for the 17 board members. 5 board members will be for an initial 1-year term, 5 board members will be for an initial 2-year term, and then the remaining 7 board members will be for an initial 3-year terms. After that, each term will go for 3 years staggered. At the next council meeting, you will see a new resolution amending a previously approved resolution, appointing each existing board member to one of the 17 slots for either 1, 2, or 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything further on this? All those in favor say aye.
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 Ayes have it. Hearing no opposition, the resolution is adopted. Legislation introduced by the executive, consideration of a resolution for first reading adoption under suspension of rules.
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2020-0223, amending the 2020-2021 biennial operating budget for 2020 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations for appropriation transfers and for cash transfers, amending resolution number 2020-0217 dated October 13, 2020 to reconcile appropriations for 2020.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President and my colleagues, I would like to make a motion to substitute, and the substitute removes only one item, appropriation item U, from the resolution. This is the item that appropriates the remaining $145,510,000 in CARES Act funds. This item requires a fuller discussion by the council. May I have a second for the substitute from one of my colleagues?
Second, Brown.
All right. All those in favor of accepting the proposed amendment, say aye.
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 All opposed? The ayes have it. Those in favor of adopting,
Mr. President,
yes, go ahead, Councilman.
my colleagues, the resolution as substitute is mainly routine transfers and appropriations of grants, but 2 items are notable. There is a transfer of $150,000 within the County Planning Commission to pay for a consultant to assist in developing the county's lakefront access plan. Also, there is a transfer to use $760,000 in Adult Protective Services funds temporarily to cover hazard pay costs in senior and adult services, but these funds will be restored to adult protective services as soon as the reimbursement from CARES Act takes place. I recommend passage as substituted on first reading suspension.
All right. Do you have a second?
Second, Tuma.
All right.
Mr. President, we already have a first and second when it was brought up
Okay.
on the floor.
Thank you for your assistance, Mr. Tuma, in my confusion. All those in favor of adopting the resolution on its merits as amended, say aye.
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 All those opposed, the ayes have it. And we will refer the deleted item, which is U from section 1 to the committee of the whole. Madam Clerk, is that sufficient?
Yes, Mr. President, it is. Also at this time, I'd like to recognize that Councilmember Stevens has joined the meeting and has voted on this item.
All right, and just to the council, this will be heard in a committee of the whole on November the 9th. This is very important legislation, and it is part and parcel of our entire budget update and our discussion over appropriating the COVID funds, which need to be appropriated before the end of the year. So we've got a lot of heavy lifting to do in the next 6 weeks, and this is a big part of it. So really, it will be important for members to attend the committee of the whole on November the 9th, if at all possible. Clerk, you want to proceed?
Yes, we are on item B on page 3 for consideration.
Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Resolution number 2020-0224, confirming the county executive's appointment of various individuals to serve on the Cuyahoga Regional HIV Health Services Planning Council for the term October 28, 2020 through October 27, 2023, as printed on the agenda.
And this will be referred to HR.
Resolution number 2020-0225, confirming the county executive's appointment of Bashar W. Addison to serve on the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County for the term July 1, 2020 through June 30, 2024.
And this will be referred to Human Resources as well.
Mr. President, I'd like to just point out that items number 3 through 9 are very similar in nature, and Council Rule 9C allows for the reading of an abbreviated title for those items. So therefore, once I read item number 3 into the record, the following items 4 through 9 will be read into the record by their abbreviated titles. Unless there's any objections.
There are no objections.
Thank you, sir. Resolution number 2020-0226, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires replacement of Crestwood Lane Culvert number C-00.24 over a creek to the west branch of Rocky River in Olmsted Township. Total estimated project cost $500,000. Finding that special assessments will neither be levied nor collected to pay for any part of the county's costs of said improvement.
This will be referred to Public Works.
Resolution number 2020-0227, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires replacement of Eastwood Lane Culvert number C-00.08 over a creek to the west branch of Rocky River in Olmsted Township. Total estimated project cost $500,000.
This will go to Public Works.
Resolution number 2020-0228, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires replacement of Hilliard Boulevard Bridge number 08.57 over Rocky River Valley Parkway and Trail in the cities of Lakewood and Rocky River. Total estimated project cost $40 million.
This will also go to Public Works.
Mr. President, I would like to have my name added, please.
Please add Councilman Miller's name to 0228.
Thank you. Resolution number 2020-0229, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires rehabilitation of Pleasant Valley Road Bridge number 09.03 over Riverview Road and an unnamed creek in City of Independence. Total estimated project cost $5 million.
This will go to Public Works. We ought to name this creek. Do we have the authority to do that or not?
I don't think so. Resolution number 2020-0230, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires rehabilitation of Pleasant Valley Road, bridge number 09.35 over Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad in the city of Independence. Total estimated project cost $5 million.
And this will go to Public Works.
Resolution number 2020-0231, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires replacement of Warner Road culvert number C-00.20 over Ohio Canal in the village of Valley View. Total estimated project cost $1 million.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2020-0232, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires rehabilitation of Warrensville Center Road Bridge numbers 05.92 East and 05.92 West over Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority in the city of Shaker Heights. Total estimated project cost $4,600,000.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2020-0233, approving right-of-way exhibits as set forth in plat number M-5046 for replacement of Crestwood Lane culvert number C-00.24 over a creek to the west branch of Rocky River, and Eastwood Lane culvert number C-00.08 over a creek to the west branch of Rocky River in Olmsted Township. Authorizing the county executive through the Department of Public Works to acquire said necessary rights of way.
This will also go to Public Works.
Resolution number 2020-0234, authorizing a grant agreement with CHN Housing Partners in the amount not to exceed $2 million for the sewer, water, and stormwater utility assistance program for COVID-19 related expenses allowed under the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act for the period November 11, 2020 through December 30, 2020.
And this will be referred to the Community Development Committee. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 The ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2020-0221, confirming the county executive's appointment of Chief Michael Cannon to serve on the Cuyahoga County Corrections Planning Board for an unexpired term ending January 1, 2022.
Move to adopt.
Second, Miller.
Thank you, Councilman Miller. Council President, this was heard in the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee meeting. Chief Cannon demonstrated enthusiasm, interest, and experience as it relates to this appointment. So I respectfully request my colleagues' support.
Thank you. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, there's hearing none. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2020-0222, confirming the county executive's appointment or reappointment of various individuals to serve on the Cuyahoga Regional HIV Health Services Planning Council for the term October 28, 2020 through October 27, 2023, as printed on the agenda.
Move to adopt.
Second, Miller.
Thank you, Councilman Miller. Council President, this item was also heard in the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee meeting. The individuals listed before you also demonstrated enthusiasm, interest, and various experience in their background that makes them very strong candidates to serve on this council. So I would respectfully request my colleagues' support.
All those in favor, aye.
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 The ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Consideration of a resolution for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2020-0213, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1800-177 with Relics Incorporated, doing business as LexisNexis, a division of Relics Incorporated, for print and online legal research services for various county departments and agencies for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2020, to extend the time period to December 31, 2023, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $723,091.20.
Move to adopt.
Second, Brady.
Thank you. My colleagues, this resolution extends the county's existing contract with LexisNexis for 3 years through December 31st, 2023 for $723,091 for online and print resources for legal research and covers all the county departments that require legal research. The resolution was unanimously recommended by the Finance and Budgeting Committee for passage on third reading.
All right, you recommend passage. All those in favor? Aye.
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 The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Committee report and consideration of an ordinance for second reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Brown.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The rules have been suspended.
Ordinance number 2020-0017, enacting Chapter 726 of the Cuyahoga County Code to establish a sports facility reserve fund for collecting and expending funds related to sports facilities in which a major league sports team plays its regular season game. Recognizing this is my last item.
Move to adopt.
Second.
I'm well.
Mr. Miller, do you want to speak to this?
Yes, Mr. President, my colleagues, this ordinance creates a sports facility reserve fund to hold funds intended for future sports facility improvements generated by 60% of the recent 1% increase in the bed tax. Passage of this resolution does not make any change in policy. It merely corrects an oversight of not previously creating a special fund to hold this money through legislation. This ordinance was unanimously recommended by the Finance and Budgeting Committee for passage on second reading suspension.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Any miscellaneous committee reports?
Mr. President, my colleagues, Finance and Budgeting Committee will not meet at its regularly scheduled time on Monday, November 2nd. However, the CARES Act appropriation item that was held today will be incorporated into the initial discussion of the 2021 budget in the Committee of the Whole meeting on Monday, November 9th at 1 p.m. as presented earlier by Council President Brady. Therefore, I would request my colleagues set an additional hour aside to 4 p.m. on that day in
Oh,
case
do you have it up or no?
is needed.
All right. Thank you, Councilman Miller. Is there any other committee reports?
Yes.
Mr.
Oh, go ahead, Gallagher.
Oh, just quickly, I know I sent out a memo regarding the report from the sheriff. We will not have a meeting next Tuesday because of Election Day, but I'll figure out a day where everybody's comfortable. I think it's important that anyone that has any questions and concerns have those questions and concerns answered by the administration, who will be there to answer all of our questions and concerns. I'll be in contact with all of you to make sure everybody has that opportunity. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes, this is Councilwoman Brown. So in keeping with Councilman Gallagher, the HR committee will not meet at its regularly scheduled time, but on November the 17th for our Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee. We'll also get a report from CASE, the Citizens Advisory Council on Equity. And because I just feel so touched by Jean, can you add my name to 232 so you have something else to do before your last day? So thank you.
I would be happy to.
And I apologize. It's a wonderful time. I know we're coming to a close and we have to celebrate your service, but I am going to politely excuse myself, but I don't want you to think it has anything to do with you. I appreciate you greatly, Jean. Your work has been a treasure. So thank you so much.
Mr. President.
Councilman.
Yeah, as far as Public Works Committee goes, we will not be having a regularly scheduled meeting next week either. It's following Election Day, but we will reschedule in an appropriate time and let everybody know with appropriate notice.
Thank you, Councilman. Anybody else?
And Council President, I will follow suit as well. Monday is our typical day. It's actually the day right before Election Day, but we do need to deal with the item referred to community development. So I'll talk with staff and we'll possibly look to plan for the following Monday.
All right, Councilman.
Mr. President, I'd like to have my name added to that last piece of legislation that was read into the record by Jane. Not, as you know, I don't generally put my name on it, but that's one I want to have my name on. It was the last piece read it.
Ed Conwell.
Add Tuma, please.
Wait a minute.
And Jones as well.
Without objections, would the clerk please add the entire council onto the resolution?
We are talking about the sports facility fund, right?
True.
It didn't matter. It was the last reading, Jane. It was whatever you read last. It could be the dog catcher resolution. It would be my name on it with yours
Aw.
next to it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll remember you when we go to spend that money. All right, thank you. Item 12, miscellaneous business. Well, this is the point where we have to say goodbye, to Jean as our colleague. And we have Linda Mayer from the Women League of Voters who would really like to say something today. Is Linda there? Joe?
She's there. She's there. She's about to start talking.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brady and council members. I've been chair of our League of Women Voters County Government Committee since well before Jean Schmatzer started guiding the 3 commissioners through their bi-weekly meetings. And ever since Jean's reign began, our several observers have known where to go whenever we wanted to understand better what we'd just seen. That was so that we could better inform our members and those who sometimes browse our website. So we were especially impressed and glad to see that she stuck with the sea changes in 2010 and emerged in 2011 with this radically upgraded system equally well in hand. Then, shortly after managing the move into the brand new building, Jean helped us put together a large membership meeting in the big new council chambers. That featured several council members, some of you were there, and department heads. And it was followed by Jean's tour of the building, which even included the green roof. So each time we've trained a new observer, Jean has been her first stop and key resource from then on. So Jean, in appreciation for all you've done to keep our elected leaders on track, to inform us when we ask questions, and to do it all with unflappable good humor, I would like to present you with this certificate. You see it up there on the screen in the little rectangle of appreciation from our board and from our many observers, both past and present ones. Congratulations on your retirement, and thanks for your service, your knowledge, your helpfulness, and your friendship.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you.
And thank you, Joe, for putting it up on the screen. And Jean, it's either on your doorstep now or it might be there tomorrow.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
I believe.
May I stay for the party?
Sure.
The virtual party. That's right.
Yeah.
Going to be booze at this?
Oh, I think you've got a resolution by the council.
Yes, Jean, as Jean knows, I dropped this resolution off last night at her house along with some other nice gifts. And before I read it, it's a resolution that is from the executive and the county council, but I want to stress that the sentiments included in it are certainly those of many, many county employees that have had the pleasure to work with you. So the executive and council take profound pride and deep personal pleasure in recognizing Jean Schmatzer on the occasion of her retirement. Whereas Jean Schmatzer is an outstanding professional who has served the county for 16 years, Jean was hired as the first clerk of council under the new county government in 2011. Jean Schmatzer has played a key role in establishing council operations, establishing council regular and committee meetings. Her professionalism and institutional knowledge have guided the success of council by creating invaluable processes and procedures. Whereas Jean Schmatzer began her career with Cuyahoga County as an emergency operations assistant manager from 1996 to 2004. She later accepted a position as deputy clerk of the board for the county commissioners, and in 2004 became the clerk of the board in 2006. Whereas Jean Schmatzer earned her Master's of Arts in Industrial Technical Education from the University of South Florida. She is a certified municipal clerk with the International Institute of Municipal Clerks. Whereas Jean Schmatzer has forged many professional and personal friendships during her tenure with the county, her presence will be missed by all. Jean is looking forward to retirement and plans to spend time with her family, most especially her beloved grandchildren. Now therefore be it resolved that the county executive and council hereby commend Jean Schmatzer on her retirement. We extend sincere thanks and wish her continued success, good health, and a happy, prosperous future. Thank you very much, Jean.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Jean.
Council President Brady.
Yes, Councilwoman Conwell, could you let me go first and then I'll go directly to you?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Jean, I want to thank you personally for all the help and advice that you've shared with me over these last 10 years. You are the one who's helped keep this train running on time. Your prior experience as clerk of the commissioners was invaluable to us in the beginning and every day since. I wish you happiness in your retirement, and I will miss you. Stay in touch.
Thank you, Dan. I will.
Councilman Conwell.
Thank you. Oh, I'm going to take the screen off so I don't cry. County Council was very fortunate that you wanted to continue clerking for Cuyahoga County, and you were our first clerk for the new government structure. You rolled up your sleeves and you worked alongside each of us, and we were very fortunate to have you, and you formulated what this clerk office is today. Each of us have very fond memories of working with you, and I learned a lot personally from your knowledge. You have kept me on my toes. You made me aware of legislation coming to my committee and so much more. You made me a part of your grandkids. We shared stories, and I will miss my friend. And I will call you often. Love you, Jean.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Council President.
Yes,
Is
Councilman.
Jean, it's amazing how 10 years have flown by. 10 years, there was a group of a bunch of rookie 11 elected officials that didn't know squat about where we're going to go and how we're going to get there. And we were all sitting over there at Cleveland State University, scratching our heads, trying to figure out what to do. And I could see the smiles and tears on some of us didn't always agree on every single point. We always agreed we were the 11 solid bodies that were going to try and fix this government. And one of the things that was critical is that we had a solid rock upon which we could help build that fledgling body together. And that solid rock, Jean, was you. There's no doubt about it that you are that you were the lifeline that a lot of us reached out to. You were the rock upon which we tied our anchor when we came to the shore. And Jean, you've been that rock for this. And I can tell you that you're going to be missed by the original 11 and all the 11s that are going to come because you have obviously huge shoes. You've read every resolution, and it was only fitting that all 11 of us signed off on your last resolution to be read in there. The sad part is that we're not there together with you right this moment. So we can all have a joint party and be tipping a glass of wine with you and wishing you all the best. But I know that we're going to be tipping a glass of wine, at least this one will be tonight virtually to you at my house when I raise a glass of wine in your honor out there. You're going to be missed, Jean. My heart goes out to you. Thank you for all that you've done. God bless you in your retirement. As Mike suggested, enjoy it with your cup of coffee, your fuzzy slippers. But I'm kind of the guy who says, I think you better enjoy it with that glass of wine and that nice glass in your hands. You're loved by all, and you're going to be missed by all. God bless you.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that.
Council President, if I may.
Yes, Councilwoman Baker.
Well, thank you. And unlike many of my colleagues, Jean, I've known you for 4 years. I'm not part of the original team that came together and brought this county council to what it is today. But for me, it was getting up to speed and trying to understand how county council works and getting to know everyone. And you were instrumental in helping me answer any question I had. I'm going to especially miss passing your office, walking to mine, having the chance to say hello and catch up on a few things. Simple things like you helping me shred some of my older materials, making sure I shredded the right materials. I said, oh, we've got time for that. We will get to it. And next thing you know, we have the virus, and the next thing you know, you're leaving. And it shows you that time is not something that we should take for granted. And I certainly wish you the best. You've been wonderful to me. Big shoes to fill for those that will walk behind you. But thank you for your service. And as was said earlier, you will truly be missed for many, many reasons outside of your council duties. Thank you for all you've done.
Thank you, Nan. I appreciate that.
Mr. President.
Councilman Miller.
Mr. President, and to Jean, you have just been a model of total dedication and professionalism and kindness and unselfishness. And I have really enjoyed working with you, and I particularly thank you for all the help you've provided with the Finance and Budget Committee hearings over the years, and just thank you for your guidance and willingness to help at any time of day, and your willingness to tell me which way the wind is blowing on what committees are being scheduled so I can get my schedule together. And I would just conclude by saying that not only have you been a great colleague, but that you've been a great friend, and I have truly enjoyed the time that we've spent together, and we'll cherish these memories and wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dale.
Mr. President, I don't know.
Councilwoman.
Thank you so much, Jean. I always thought that one of the most important decisions we made as a fledgling group was to bring you on as our clerk. We didn't have to, but we looked back and know that that was just vital to the success of us, and you've served so many different roles. One of just an extraordinary memory that you have. You were just a warehouse of knowledge and history, institutional memory that came with you. It was amazing. Any question I asked, you knew the answer, you could find it. But you served other roles as a friend, a confidant, when I was, anything that came up, I could always go to Jean, open door, and just such a good friend, and sometimes a mean boss if, somebody wasn't putting into the system what they should, but always protected us, always valued us personally, but always cared about this county and our council. And that to me spoke volumes. So now I'm getting choked up. Bye, Jean.
Mr. President, can I go next?
Yes, go ahead, Councilman
All right,
Tillman.
thank you. Jean, first I want to apologize for calling you Jeannie for the first year I was in office. The E at the end of the name always threw me off, but I finally corrected that. I want to thank you for your professionalism, for always putting council first and making us look good, especially myself when I'd bumble through my lines. Also, I want to thank you for your genuine concern for your job and for your preserving the sanctity of our public records and procedure. Not everybody does their job with the vigor and the concern that you had for yours. So we want to thank you for that. And lastly, want to thank you for, I want to congratulate you and want you to enjoy the time with your family and your grandkids. Lastly, look at it as a new adventure, not the end of something, but the beginning of something. So again, thank you. And I'll give you a virtual hug.
Thank you. Thank you. I like hugs. I'm sorry I'm not getting a lot of them.
Mr. President.
Councilman Gallagher.
Hey, Jane, it's been quite an adventure, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I tell people the story of when we first all met up on the 4th floor. And I believe it was like January 2nd or 3rd, January 1st, obviously we couldn't get there of our first year. And there was only a few of us standing around, but you were one of them. And we were kind of looking at each other like, now what do we do? And the phone rang and we all looked at one another and we're like, now what do we do? So we come from that moment of what do we do and what are we and how we got molded, and everybody played a huge part of it. And certainly you did your share to take us through the dark unlit hallway of the new county government. And for that, I think we're all grateful. It's, in life's a journey, and this is only the beginning. I always told you, when you can hit that door, hit it hard. And your most interesting day is going to be the day after you don't have to go into work. So you have that experience to look forward to and treasure. And believe me, I remember that myself. But we all became friends. We all became kind of a family. And we've celebrated the good, and we've mourned the bad. And you've certainly had your share of both. And I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mike.
Council President.
Yes, Councilman Jones.
Well, Gene, 10 years has gone by too fast. I just wanted to let you know, just love you over these years. You have been a true professional. The wealth of knowledge that you have brought from the past government to this one has been invaluable. And I've just enjoyed the times that we've talked together. One that comes to mind is just when we were talking about one of my favorite TV shows, The Big Bang Theory, to find out that we had that in common, and we quoting episodes together. But Gene, I just love you. You have protected us over these 10 years, cared for this institution, this body, for all of county government. And your work has been valued by not just this council, but all those throughout the administration. So I just wish you the best. Enjoy your family. Find something good to retire to. My grandfather told me that when he stopped driving the truck, he found something to retire to that he could enjoy. So I share that with you as well. But again, I just wish you the best. Just love on those grandkids and just enjoy your retirement.
Thank you, Pernell. I will love on those kids. You can rest assured.
All right.
Mr. Council Chair.
Yes, Councilwoman Stevens.
For those of you who didn't know this, Jean and I knew each other preceding my service on council, because as you know, I have gone in and out of council government. This is my actual third tour of duty. And during my second tour of duty, Jean and I became friends when I was serving the county commissioners and serving on Board of Revision. It is no surprise that Jean served those of you who preceded me on council well. Her base of knowledge and her desire to do the right thing is incredible. I often, when I'm talking to people who aspire to public service, they're working on their degrees in public administration or planning or want to be an elected official, I ask them if it's possible that they can love the municipality or the county or the state that they aspire to serve as much as they love a member of the family. And Jean does that. She exemplifies that. She treated this county and those of us who served with her and in those of us who she served like we were members of her extended family. And that is no greater honor in public service, that you treat those of us who were with and for you or beside you or when you serve us, that we feel like you care for us like a member of family. So on behalf of your extended family, thank you so much for your service. And for me, for all the years you gave me great pointers before I even thought about running for any elected office, as I came in to kvetch about somebody who was in elected office. Thank you for the years of therapy. And now many of us aspire to be like you and retire happily.
Yes.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Is there anybody else?
The president,
Yes,
could I have just a moment?
sure.
Thank you. I just want to add my thanks to Eugene for all you've done for me and for the administration. I hope by saying you've done a lot for the administration, they don't hold that against you, but it's too late, you're leaving, so it's okay. I just want to thank you on behalf of all the folks on the other side of the hallway who you've worked so well with. You've always been willing to help all the directors. You've been willing to help the chiefs whenever, and of course me and the chief of staff and anybody else that needs help. And I will certainly miss your phone calls or emails on Wednesday saying you still haven't signed the legislation yet.
I know, if you could do that right after this meeting on my email, I'd appreciate that.
I'm going to miss that. Thank you.
Thank you, Armin.
Thank you very much, Armin. Jean, I will also be getting back to you real soon with that, okay?
Mhm.
We've been doing virtually now. And, I think the council's been very articulate about expressing, how they feel about you and your service. And we love you and we wish you well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'd just like to say that I want to thank you all for all of those kind words and well wishes. I truly appreciate that. The proclamation, the gorgeous flowers that showed up on my doorstep today are just beautiful, in the gift basket. But most of all, I want to wish all of you many blessings for yourselves and good health. And I've truly been honored to work for and with the council in Cuyahoga County, and I'm honored to call all of you my friends. I'll miss you. Stay in touch.
Okay, thank
You
you.
all have my number.
Well, with that, this very important council meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you.
Hi, Jean.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Jean.
Bye.
Take care, Jean.
Maybe we can see you for a party next year.
That would be nice.
Okay,
Or just for
that
anything.
would be good. A reunion.
A reunion.
Yeah.
Bye, Dale.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Walter.
I'll miss you, Jean.
Thanks. I'll miss you too, buddy.
Thank you. Bye. So long.
Bye. Bye, Michelle. Bye, Jean.
Bye, Jean.
Andrea. I'll see you tomorrow, Andrea.
Righty.
Okay.